Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Upsurge UPL Rainbow Six Siege series. Tonight, we have two amazing action-packed games, but before we introduce the games, we got to introduce the casters. Myself, Daniel the Save One Meta. Joining me is Colin Seymour Moore. Colin, are you ready to cast some Rainbow Six Siege?
I'm so excited because I looked over the stats before this, and both teams, like both games, game 1 and 2, it's going to be a treat because they're pretty even in stats.
Yes, we got to talk about the two teams today. We're going to be casting two, I don't want to say top-tier teams, but they're kind of like mid-packed. We got FMG as well as Team Untitled. Both are coming into this as kind of the underdogs themselves. So two underdogs facing each other. It's going to be kind of a cool series.
Yeah, we got FMG. You know, they're comprised of Zonky, Dunny, Drazzy, Fire, and Oi Mr. C. I like that name. I don't know. I was reading over it, and I really liked it. And they're sitting at a 10 and 14 round standings.
Yeah.
Long as, just like Untitled, they're both 0-2. But however, in week 2, FMG lost to Powerhouse. And they lost a little bit worse than Untitled did in week 1, as Untitled went 8-7 against them. FMG went 7-5 against Powerhouse.
Yeah.
So we're seeing a little bit of difference in play, but however, it could be round situational.
There's so many different situations that can happen here tonight, and what's really awesome is that we get to make names of these certain players. The one thing that you were telling me in the pregame is that you love some of these players' names. Just because they're so clean. You always love to see clean names. You don't want to see any of the XX's, names or whatever. It's just a clean.
You can't hate on people with XXs, though.
Dude,
that's like
XX Superstar XX.
That's like an OG gaming
Did
name.
you used to have that gamer tag?
I've never once. I've always been Seymour, so it's always been my thing to have that. But over on Untitled, we got a pretty nice lineup. So why don't you introduce some of the players there?
Yeah, we got Fox, we have Rat, we have Altair, as well as Graves. You just wanted me to say
I don't know. That's like just like Oi Mr. C. When I was going through the team names, just stood out to me because I can't wait to be casting in game. It's gonna be really fun. But they're standing a little bit lower than FMG. They're 9-15 in rounds and 0-2 in games, just like the two of them. So we do see a little bit, just a round difference between the two of them in the standings.
Yeah.
But, a round difference it can go a long way. As if we did look, I did look at Untitled in week 2. They went up against LaCroix boys, and they went 7-2 against them. So that's it's a little bit different of a stat line. Whereas FMG in weeks 1 and 2, they both lost 7-5. So they put up a pretty big fight in both games.
Yeah, we're gonna be seeing a whole lot of consistencies come through from FMG, or at least that's what the stats end up saying. As Untitled is usually the ones that either they get stomped or they kind of don't. So we have to watch out for this match just to see how both of these teams do. However, we are gonna be playing on the map Consulate here tonight. Let's look at the map bans on both of these sides. FMG just going to take out Bank, Coastline, and Border. Tell me about these maps.
Well, Bank, Coastline, and Border. The one thing that's kind of similar between all of those three that FMG doesn't want to play is that they're kind of larger maps. I know Border is a little bit smaller than Coastline and Bank, but Border is more meta, kind of slang heavy. You gotta be on the ball. You gotta be ready for any player on defense when you're on attack. Anybody on defense can just be anywhere at any time. Like, there's a lot of corners, a lot of places to check in a short period of time when it comes to Border. Whereas Coastline and Bank, there's a lot to check between the two of them. Bank's a little bit different to Coastline because Bank, you have to check like all 3 floors, basement, first floor, and second floor. And there's some hard breaching in it. Whereas Coastline, there's not a lot of hard breaching, but it's still a lot to cover.
Yeah, definitely 3 maps that you never want to see here, at least played. Even though I absolutely love Bank. I love Bank. I love Coastline. Border is one that's a little bit weird for me. It's kind of like Cafe. I used to not like Cafe, and then I started to see it a lot more. Speaking of Cafe, Team Untitled, they end up banning 3 maps here as well. Cafe, Villa, and Clubhouse. Run through these really quickly.
Well, we got Cafe up top. That's just like Bank. It's a very large map. Top down or bottom up. It's one of the two. You can't pick the middle floor to entry in. So, like, if you're holding the basement, then you're probably going to see a top-down push by the attackers. If you're holding it upstairs, you're going to see a bottom-up. Whereas, it's a little bit iffy. There's some teams that are really good with a map like that, but in a variation where it's so roam heavy, like you have to check each floor.
Yeah.
not a lot of people want to play that, just like Bank.
Mm.
So we're gonna look at the second map. It's Villa.
Yep.
It's a different map indeed. It's more new than the rest of them. It's so it's not as strat heavy. You know, there's things here and there. People put like different strats in, but it's not a whole lot known about it just yet. So people don't like to play it too much. Whereas Clubhouse, it's a lot known about that map. So not many people want to play that because everybody's used to it. So today, we're going to be hopping into Consulate. Why don't you run us through this map?
Yeah, let's do it. So there's a lot of different areas of the map that you definitely have to watch out for. I believe this map is the one with admin's office. If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, it is.
Okay, cool. So there's that entrance that players have to watch out for if the bomb is on the second floor, as well as the garage entrance if you want to go into the basement. That's kind of like the two main holds. But we will see how all of these, or both of these teams, end up playing on this map. But as for the bans, let's jump into this one really quickly. Thatcher going to be taken out here for FMG as Untitled takes out Capitao as their first ban.
You know, I was actually going to think that if they ban the Thatcher, I was expecting the Maverick to be the second ban because that's usually what you see paired up on a map that has, for example, Garage. It's easy to break in it when the electrifying is there when you're playing Maverick. But they're gonna pick Capitao, so maybe they want to just keep away. Maybe it's a target ban on one of the enemy players. You know, I think it was FMG that actually banned the Capitao, so we're gonna see that out of play. But we're gonna see Mira and Valkyrie. You know, you used to see Mira and Echo get banned out. Sometimes you see Echo and Valkyrie now, and Mira and Valkyrie. It's really a composition of which one out of the Echo and Mira you want to get rid of. Usually you see Valkyrie out mostly now. So really excited about this lineup. And I know we introduced it in the start, but I want to introduce these teams once again. Over on the blue side, we have FMG on top. It's Zonky, Drazzy, Dunny, Oi, Mr. C, and Fire. They're going to be starting off on defense.
And over on the attacking side, we have Untitled, Fox, Grave, Drix, as well as Kanto. And we're also going to be seeing the Clash. Clash is now activated. So Drazzy, just going to six-pick it, though.
Yeah, we did. I know in the start, we did touch on these two team names, but Untitled looks like they got a couple different players on their team than I saw on their starting rosters. So maybe a couple subs in, or maybe they switched up their starting roster. But we're going to start with defense on the basement floor, cafeteria, and garage. And FMG is going to be holding it with a Cade, Maestro, Mute, Goyo, and Jaeger. So this looks like a really good hold. I expect to see a little bit of anchoring from the Cade, maybe even the Goyo going to work along with him. You know, Maestro could set up over in cafeteria as, you know, he's got a really overpowered LMG that can shoot at a long distance with a laser. But I do expect to see a little bit of roam presence maybe from the Jaeger. Could see Mute possibly roam, but I have a very hard time believing that.
Yeah. He's currently going to be on the floor above as he's just waiting to reinforce a lot of the bathroom walls. This is usually where one player loves to sit. The only problem is that there's 3 members in a washroom. I don't know what you call 3 members in a washroom, a kind of a party, but I'm in the guys' washroom.
Call it something.
You call it something. As now they're going to be entering in through the building through Visa entrance. You see the Buck here. Buck is usually that top-down type of operator that loves to look through the floors. We're going to be seeing a whole lot of that as he just looks through cafeteria to start this one off.
I like how fast Kanto's pushing this as he's already down into the basement. He's sitting at service stairs and he's already inside cafeteria. He finds the first shots onto a player. That's Maestro taking a little bit of damage, but he's going to stay up. So now we see Kanto. He's going to rotate across. He does see that player did get out of there. Going to pick up the opening frag. Traded out by Fire. He's going to take out Fox. So we're going to see Fire pick up a double kill onto Kanto. He gets a triple kill. And he brings it back. So Zonky going to finish off And Zonky is down but not out. Drixie is the last player standing on Untitled. And just like that, FMG hold the basement. His last player standing. Drake's going to find one on Zonky, but he did get flanked. And he's going to pick himself up, but not a whole lot going to go to him as the Mute just sits there with a shotgun. And Fire going to get a quad kill.
Gets a quad kill for himself, just like you said as well. A little bit of a weird hold coming through from Untitled, or at least a weird attacking phase coming through from them, as they took over the first floor Visa area, but they just ran into the basement. No droning ended up going out. Well, Buck ended up going down there with one drone by his side. But he was just very aggressive on that. I think he ended up going 1 for 1. But still, not the best scenario for you to be in, as what they needed to do with the Habana is just go near the garage door. The only problem with that is that your enemy team could have been running the Bandit or the Cade. You could have 6-picked it. But whole new round. It's going to be held on console and meeting. So, well, Twitch getting 6-picked.
Yeah, I do like the Twitch because if you're running Habana over at the garage, there's not a lot, because you don't have a Thatcher, there's not a lot that can get rid of, let's say, the Cade charge. They're not going to be running Cade or be in the basement garage, my bad. So they're not going to have that hard breach or need to use it as much. So Habana's just going to be there for some frag presence. He does have a pretty good gun, an assault rifle to her, but Fox going to take out the Twitch like you said. And the F2 is probably one of the best guns in the game. I know in the new patch coming up, we're going to see a little bit of a fix to it. I don't know if it's going to change a whole lot, but I do see it either being really good for some players or really bad for some players, because I think they're raising the fire rate. But this time, we're going to be holding second floor meeting room in offices. So we're going to see them hold kind of a similar composition as they did in the basement, but instead of having a Cade, we're going to have a smoke, which I do like, since there's not as much places to electrify in the second floor.
You see the Twitch here initially going to be going into the lobby area. Definitely good analysis coming from you as we just wait to see where these players really want to start attacking. Admin's office is a major one, as you see, going to be going towards the skylight. Just going to be taking out the Jaeger charges with the stun grenades from Habana. Not going to be hanging down here as they take it very, very slowly. No one's going to be going in just yet as Fire. He's on a rampage. This dude, he ended up getting a quad kill there in the basement, and he grabs a really nice headshot. One player going to be hanging on the outside of B as he grabs a kill for himself.
Fire is down but not out over on the stairs, so they were traded. He's just going to be holding on to his life, sitting over at Yellow's stairs, but we're also going to see Oi. He's sitting inside of the bomb site, just holding his own. He did open up part of the wall so he can peek, get some eyes on the windowsill. But now we're going to see Drazzy. He's going to be rotating around the lobby and try to clear out piano room, because he does want to eventually make his way to Fire, but he's going to make enough noise that the player is going to hear him shoot through the wall and take down Drazzy to about 50% health. But Drazzy going to be ready for this. I think that player's sitting on the windowsill. I'm not too sure on who it is, but Drazzy possibly make a full rotation. I don't think Fire's going to get picked up in time. He's going to be taken out by Kanto's grenade, but going to find a second pick onto Zonky. So advantage to Untitled now. So we see all three players sitting on garage roof ledge, just rappelled up across the B bomb site. And we're going to see Gridlock open this up with a smoke grenade over into the lobby. All the players are going to rappel into the room, but C4 are going to open up from Drazzy onto so that's one player over on Untitled going down. Zofia looking for a refrag, but now Untitled getting another player. That's Zofia. Down but not out. Going to be finished up by Oi. Dunny also getting traded by Fox, so a little bit close to an even. We're 2-on-2. Graves with the nice flick. Drazzy on the first floor, looking for some players from the bottom up. He does have a little bit of soft breach open up. Diffuser getting planted by Graves. But now Drazzy has to find a way to get a different angle on this bomb site. Diffuser is down, so time is ticking for Drazzy. There's a player on the windowsill, a player over at the A bomb site. But he has no information on either of them. I think he has an idea. Maybe some players giving him some call-outs, but not a whole lot. He does hear Gridlock using her spikes, and he actually has to walk over these spikes, so he's going to take some damage. Graves at one side, and then we're going to have Fox on the other side. So a nice little pinch from Untitled. And they're going to bring it back 1-1.
Yeah, definitely a really good hold coming in from them, as one player was sitting inside of the A bomb site, as the other one was on the outside of the window, just going to be hanging out there. As well, Fire ended up getting a really nice trade to start off the round, but he ended up going down. So that was the major thing we had to look at there, is that the main player, the main carry of FMG was downed very early on. So that trade was actually really, really worth it for Untitled. Ended up getting onto the bomb site, put down the diffuser, and the Gridlock was really useful as well. Not using her tracks too early on, used it just for the diffuser, and it forced, I believe it was, who was the last member alive? It forced someone to start stepping on them. Oh, it was Smoke. My bad.
Yeah.
It forced the Smoke player to start stepping on all of the tracks, and it's never fun for Smoke's feet.
No, not at all, not one bit. It's gonna Gonna hurt a lot to step on those spikes, but we're gonna see a little bit of operator changes over on FMG going into round 3. They're gonna return to the upstairs bomb site, the second floor office and meeting rooms. Drazi gonna pick up the Mozzie this time, and Dunny gonna pick up the Doc. So give us a little bit of insight on this on these two operators.
Yeah, so what I know about Doc is that a lot of Doc players love to spawn peek. But other than that, they're in it for the long haul. They usually like to hold either a window or hold a very passive angle, but a really advantageous angle for themselves, just so that they can try and stay alive throughout the whole entire round, and then just try and sustain their own team as the round ends up going on. But you get to see it right here as spawn. No. Maybe the spawn peek is going to be going out as he holds a little bit of a cheeky angle for himself. Pixels is what we see right here, as there's a couple of members going to be heading over from that right-hand side. Doc is going to escape from his scenario alive, though, as he ends up going back up to the first floor as well. Talking about the Mozzie, is usually Mozzie is paired up with a mute. I know that you love that combo, but it's not going to be paired up here, as the Mozzie drones are going to be going down probably onto the staircases, as we see a lot of barbed wires coming out from FMG. But the Mozzie drone's going to be going on to even the aerials of the windows.
Yeah. Now we're going to see Untitled holding upstairs on the roof. Well, at least, gonna sit there. Maybe Kanto going to join him as the Buck usually going to soft breach into the B bomb site up top, as we see here. And he gets a lot of information in the bomb site. So that's why you usually don't see players hold meeting room, because there's a lot of soft breach areas from the roof that you can see into. Specifically that spot is a very advantageous position. But now we're going to see Gridlock. Brave was very good on this angle, finding some damage down onto Fire, but Fire going to back up onto yellow stairs, and he's going to get away with his life. Now, also with the Gridlock, as he is just sitting upside down now on the rappel, as he has eyes onto the A bomb site, but nobody going to peek him until Zonky on the Jaeger. Going to get the first pick, opening up the round onto Untitled with a nice pick.
And this is what I was talking about with the Doc's position. Going to be holding this inside of washroom. And it's really good that he's in here, because there is a window to his right-hand side. If anyone wants to try and come in, he's going to be the first one to see them. But he also has sight lines on his whole entire team. And he had one there. Onto Fire. Fire is going to be on half HP, as he ends up grabbing, not the kill, but Drazi is going to grab the kill here on the Mozzie. Mozzie's still on full HP. He's just chilling. A lot of these upside down members, though. This is a very weird position coming through from Untitled, as they want to try and hang from windows, but the window strat is not working for them, as they keep getting picked off.
Yeah, now we see it down to a 5v2. Drict and Grave against 5 players of FMG. FMG looking for a flawless round to bring it back. And now Zofia going down to the Mozzie. Drazi gonna find another pick. So 1v5 clutch potential for Grave. Gonna get rid of all his tracks on the roof, use his smokes, use everything, drown out the round, run the time, sits up on top of the radiator, and I guess this is gonna be a call for Untitled. So instead of throwing the round away with the last kill, let's talk about some strats going into the next round with your team. You know, this is a really good time. You got, I think, 30 seconds when it was down to it. So 30 seconds instead of a timeout. Untitled has to go over round 4 and the rest of this game. Dunny actually making it not a flawless round for FMG. Team killing onto Fire, and Drazi going to be getting the kill onto Grave eventually.
Yep.
As I think Grave just for some reason peaked, and Drazi was ready for that in the last couple seconds.
Yeah. Grave also saying that, I forgot he was there. You know, you got to watch out for all of those skylights, but initially, I got kind of confused on why Gridlock was using all of her stuff on the roof, and then I kind of realized that she's just throwing around, not wanting to try and clutch.
Just a good time, you know. It gives your team about 30 seconds extra to talk about the next rounds coming up, instead of just running into it and being so caught on time for the next round. It's like a mini timeout inside the game. So really like seeing that from Untitled, because I hope they got to go over what went wrong. Because FMG totally dominated round 3, as they're now up 2-1. And we do see a couple changes. Cade going to be coming out by Fire once again. Taking out the Thermite. And I think I saw another new operator on attack. No, it's going to be the same across the board for Untitled. It was Thermite, yeah. But they're going to be heading back down to the basement cafeteria and garage room. And I know FMG kind of held very good. You know, it was a very fast push from Untitled. Do you really want to see Untitled change a couple things?
Well, they're on the second floor. They were all trying to hold their own angles. No one going inside of admins, which is kind of weird. Maybe a bunch of the members of Untitled aren't really comfortable with that type of attack, but definitely kind of weird. As well, they were trying to... I'm trying to think here. Just because, like, they just played the whole round completely wrong. They kept getting picked off from the windows initially, and then they just could not execute on their plan. It's almost kind of like they were waiting for picks, and then if they don't get a pick, then they just lose, right? So here on attack, I think that a couple of more other strats could be coming out. As for FMG, though, 2 of their members are on half health. So the Jaeger and the Goyo both, I guess, just not in the best position for themselves. I think one of them tried to shoot at a drone, and it turned into a explosion.
Oh.
So, that's what I'm predicting. A Goyo shield, since it does have an explosive, I'm guessing that's what the case was.
Yeah, I'm curious, but that's something that you can't see happening if you're on defense in the early game, as Zonky is actually going to be below 50% health. Kanto inside the east corridor, looking over to clear out the first floor before they go on it. I know Graves is on the opposite side, droning out. And there is a player in piano room for FMG. Also, there's a couple players roaming up top. You see the Jaeger Zonky. He's going to be sitting up top. And with, I think that is the Goyo as well. But maybe the Goyo got out of it. But now Graves going to be working alongside Fox and their other teammate in the second floor to be looking to clear out the top floor. But I think Zonky got out of it in time, as there's 2 players now on the first floor instead.
I do like Twitch's angle here. Fox is just trying to get down this staircase and just try and clear out the yellow stairs as best as possible, as Jaeger is now trying to hold the service stairs. Not finding anybody for the time being, as Dunny ends up trying to take a shot. Not going to find anyone, though, as we are taking this very, very slowly on both sides. Untitled learning from their mistakes in round number 1, where they just tried to rush the basement, and it definitely didn't work out for them. But here, they're taking it a lot more slowly. You're seeing a bunch of holds come in. Public bathroom is definitely one of those, as well main stairs coming through here for Goyo. Up this staircase. He saw 1 shot, but we ended up seeing 2 shots, as Fox ends up going down here on the Twitch. Going down on yellow stairs itself as well. Well, no. Actually going to go down on the floor. Going to go down on the floor above, as Drix ends up grabbing a kill for himself. Onto Zonky. Zonky as well, to remind you guys, was on half HP. See 2 members inside of the washroom here. There's 2 more members onto the B bomb site. Are they going to be able to find them? The answer so far is no, as the rest of Untitled trying to get into the basement here, as there was 1 member of FMG now running into service. Kanto going to grab a kill for himself. 3v4 is what we end up seeing now, as Buck trying to find all of the picks here. Just going to be shooting the boards, as the member in the basement going to be grabbing a kill. Grave ends up getting a really nice knife. Now a 1v2 scenario going to be going on. Drazi was on half HP. You got to remember this as well, as he's on very, very low HP. Going to be just shooting through the wall, as the diffuser is going to be going down here onto bomb site. Don't have sights of him for the time being, as there's 2 members right behind the truck. Oh, almost grabs it. Was able to go in and place down the diffuser before getting up. Oh, that was close.
Yo, well, diffusing. While putting down the diffuser, he got to watch his teammate get executed next to him. So it was very heads up by to predict that he's going to peek the left side. Very good pre-fire to take the advantage onto Drazi. But Drazi kind of played a little bit. He was on the 3rd floor at first, but him and Zonky did make their way back down to the basement. And they took it a little bit slow. Drazi ended up being the last player standing. But honestly, if he didn't take 50% of the health away in the early round, that's FMG's round right there in that 1v1, because Goyo Drazi has such a good primary weapon on that shotgun that if he got another shot off onto probably would not have lasted.
He challenged him, and that was the big thing that I watched there, is that ended up going in and actually not disengaging the scenario and holding the bomb angle. He actually ended up challenging him. So that was a big, big thing to note, as now FMG wanted to go back onto the garage hold Let's hope that Drazi doesn't go near his teammate near in this round.
I honestly, if I was Zonky and I was Drazi, I would just stay as far away on the map
and
as you can. Yeah, and you can see that they are. They don't want anything to do with each other now. They're like, look, I'm a danger to you. You're a danger to me. Let's just shake hands and make do with the rest of the rounds. But 10 seconds left in the prep phase. There's a lot of players on FMG still on the first floor. We do see Oi. Instead of playing on the Maestro, he's going to be playing Echo this time. So if anybody's unfamiliar with Echo, he does have a yokai drone gadget that can zoom around the map. It can go up onto the roof and then zap down on players and disrupt them. It disrupts their vision, it disrupts their hearing, and it stops them from planting the diffuser on the spot. So it's very handy to have in the late game. So I'm really looking forward to Oi playing a very passive position, making sure he doesn't go down early, because he was playing Maestro last round and went down. I think he was one of the first players on FMG to go down, and that rendered all Evil Eyes useless.
Good little analysis of what Echo does see more as we head into round number 5. We're going to be looking on the outside of admins as well as a couple of these top floor entrances. Kind of curious as well as if they want to just take it top down, start off the round. Definitely a new angle that Untitled haven't taken just yet if the bomb is on basement here. Fox also going to try and take the exact same angle that he took in the round before, as we see a bunch of shots going to be coming through from the enemy team as well. We do hear the gridlock. Drax is going off. I'm wondering where exactly they are, as it sounds like it's on the bottom of this the yellow stairs here.
Right underneath Fox's feet.
Yeah.
He's going to cover his teammate in spikes so nobody can attack him in a distance.
Wow.
But a double kill, C4 from Dunny onto Kanto and Grave. So what a play by him in bathrooms.
Gridlock's on attack.
Yeah.
My bad. Sorry. My brain. I lagged a little bit.
Welcome back, everybody, to Rainbow Six Siege. Daniel took a little bit of a nap.
Sorry, I was asleep. I'm awake now. It's all good. It's all good. I do like Fox's rotation here, as he goes onto yellow stairs and then immediately makes the rotation into antechamber. But now a bunch of grenades going to be coming up as the one inside a bathroom gets taken out. Dunny gets headshotted. Nice shot going to be coming out in all chat as well. Got to pay respect. Got to pay homage to that, as now it's a 3v3. So even though FMG ended up not... They started off the round being down. They are going to start now being even with their opponents.
Yeah, and here we hop on board with Zonky as he's holding a really aggressive position in the basement garage. But Fox on Twitch looking to rotate around main stairs, get some positioning down around the spiral. This could be a really cheeky position with the F2 assault rifle, as at the moment, it's quite a handy gun to have in hand. This is probably the most overpowered you have. Over on the second floor, we do see trading out on Oi. So that's the yokai drone, like I said before, out of position. So any late play plants will not be disrupted by a yokai drone, but Fire with an insane double kill. Gonna flick over to Fox, and Zonky gonna finish off on Drix's with the pistol. And oh my god, Fire. As he was popping off in round 1 in the basement garage, and I think he found his place back in round 5.
I choked on my spit. That was that was a scenario that happened. Wow, that flick was so sick.
7-3 on the leaderboard, and he deserves it. Right underneath him on his team is going to be Drazi, 6-4. But the rest of his team, 3 kills between the 3 of them. 4 assists on Zonky, as he's been doing really good team play. But looking over at Untitled Esports, 4 kills for the top player right now. 5 kills is the most for them on 3, 2, and 1 on the rest of the 3 players. They're kind of a little bit. I know one player on Untitled is having a little bit of a slow game, but he could be on that. I think it's a supportive player actually. It might have been the Zofia.
Untitled constantly tries to take the first floor and expand on it. Try and get into the basement. They have the exact same strat every single time, as FMG continuously tries to switch up their own gameplay. And you're starting to see it, where their consistencies start to come out. They play some of the same strats sometimes, but other times they try and change it up, as we saw a garage hold onto the A-bomb site, which was so incredibly good. All they need is just a small hole in the wall in order to get a kill, and that's what you ended up seeing there in the last round. As now, we're going back onto the top floor, onto the second floor. This is where FMG ended up going, I believe, 1-1 on this one.
I think, yeah, FMG went 1-1.
So, a little bit of new strats could be coming out, as now we see the Doc end up getting shot from a long distance. I don't know how the heck the player on Untitled ended up seeing that one, as maybe they're just very used to seeing Doc with the spawn gate, but Doc not needing to use the stim pistol charges, as he's still on.
Yeah, fine HP indeed. Not too much, not too little. Still above that 75%. You know, he hasn't dropped down to that 75% just yet. He probably has about 90 in the little health bar on the bottom of his screen. And now we're gonna see the drone phase, the secondary drone phase of Untitled, trying to get some information on the second floor. As FMG once again, it's Gridlock gonna be putting shots down on Fire over in the yellow staircase, but Fire dancing around, making sure he stays staying alive. But now it's gonna be be looking around. Kanto opening up the round onto Fire once again, just like last time that Untitled took this round. It was actually Kanto trading out Fire with that grenade, but this time Fire not going to get anything on the Kanto, so Kanto coming out on top in that 1v1 duel.
Beautiful communication going to be coming out as they ended up seeing where Fire was. The Gridlock did, however, is going to get traded out right now. Gridlock is going to get traded out here very early on in the round. One player going to be traded out as well. Fox just shooting into the main building itself, as now more of Untitled is making their way into the building, more specifically on yellow stairs, as there is a player right behind them. Dunny gonna grab one kill, not gonna grab the second one inside of bathroom, as now Drix is on very low HP but has grabbed a double kill for himself. Now on the Habana on the outside of the window. This is usually where we see this player hang from, as now he's made his way on into console office. Is he going to be placing on the diffuser? Yes, he is. They are going to hear this. FMG is going to hear this one, as now they're going to try and make the rotation. They don't know that Drix is in here. Just kidding. They do, as they end up taking him out. Dunny going to grab triple kill for himself. A couple of shots going through the wall. Dunny is on the other side. No, it's not. It's Mr. C, as he does not grab the kill for himself. Now in a 1v1 scenario, both on very nice HP, as the headshot is going to be coming through. Grabbing the round for themselves. It's going to be 3-3 heading into the half.
That was a double kill that I didn't expect, but you know what?
He's so good.
One round to go. Fire did the exact same thing, so I gotta expect the unexpected at these times, because it really looked like FMG had that retake after picking up Drix's. We're 3-3 into the half on Consulate in game one, and now we see both teams switch their respective roles, and it's gonna be FMG on the attack, Untitled on the defense. I'm excited to see what they have to offer. You see Drazi already taking out the Nomad, which I really love to see on Consulate, because there's a lot of run-out positions that could happen early, and it covers a lot of your tracks from the flanking behind. We do see Doc coming out now over on Untitled in the 6th pick, but as well as a Smoke, Maestro, Jaeger, and Mozzie. So what do you expect to see play out on this first floor lobby? Because we haven't seen a first floor lobby hold yet.
Yeah, from what we see off of this team comp is that they're very, very passive. I think that a lot of these operators are very supportive type operators. More specifically, the Maestro is going to be huge with his cameras. The Jaeger is just, he's got his ADS. He's going to be trying to capture all of the grenades and all of those fun things. Mozzie, the exact same thing, going to be placing down the pest launchers. So we've got a massive team comp that's just full of stalling, and not to mention the Smoke as well as the Doc.
And one thing I need to see from Grave this time is it's Grave for him to sit back and make sure that he doesn't die, because the Evil Eye has to stay up, because a lot of the time when Mr. C was playing on the Maestro, he would go down so early that the Evil Eyes were basically useless at that point. So Untitled need to make sure that they keep their Maestro alive, and Grave has to do some work with this, because we haven't seen the Evil Eye really come in handy yet.
We'll see if the Maestro can do the work that you were saying that he needs to do, as I'm expecting to see a couple of smoke bombs come in from Smoke, as we haven't really seen them just yet. I think we've seen a couple of smokes already, or maybe one, or that was mute. I confuse them because both of them kind of similar, but I know what they do. It's all good, but they are going to be going in through admin's office, so this was something that we did not see Untitled do is go through this type of angle, as the bomb site is going to be still on that first floor. So they're going from, some members are going on to the first floor for the first floor. Some of them are going to be on the second floor, as a bunch of them are actually on the second floor here. There's one member that is roaming on Untitled. They are going to be droning out. There's actually 2 members that are going to be roaming here, as the we do see a couple of setups coming through as well. But it's just a very, very slow game on both sides. No shots have gone out yet, surprisingly, as there is still both of these members of Untitled, I believe, still on the second floor here.
If FMG can take the meeting room uncontested, that's huge for FMG, because they have perfect sightlines down onto the bottom floor. They can leave a person up there and get the diffuser down, hold a nice post-plant position, but oi, Mr. C going to be flanked, but I think it's going to be a trade 1-for-1. Drix is taking out Zonky, Drazzy picking up Fox, but Drazzy also going to go down 3v4 for FMG, and there's a player on yellow staircase. It's Mozzie. Kanto going to be taken out by Dunny. I don't think Kanto really knew Dunny was there in bathrooms, because I actually thought they saw each other, but he looked a little bit uninformed that there was a player there. So now we see a 3-on-3 happening, and meeting room is controlled by FMG. So now we see the diffuser going to be making its way, and I expect FMG to keep a person on that meeting room, because if they can get the diffuser down uncontested, that's a perfect post-plant position.
Maestro was looking up onto soft breach right above him, which is just the floor, as now the smoke is going to be looking up here, as there's just so many angles for smoke to hold. He's got to watch out, though, as there's not too many holes above him, because that would mean that he's in not the best position ever, as now Maestro, or not Maestro, it's going to be Jaeger that runs into Mr. C. Really nice headshot going to be coming through, as smoke almost saw the player run past it, but the diffuser is going to be going down onto one of these sites. Definitely a little bit interesting that no one ended up spotting this one out, as Graves ends up grabbing a kill for himself. Graves being taken very, very low from the members above. Got to watch out for that hatch, as Dunny was in a very nice position for himself. Still, the diffuser is going to be down, as there's one member on Spiral. Smoke now has no idea where this player is, looks above him, tries to do the 180 headshot. I think he's not able to do it. Dunny is the MVP there of that round.
And it's just like I said, they're going to take control of meeting room, get the diffuser down, keep the player up top to have that post-plant position, and FMG holding that position excellently. They take out Graves from up top, and he also found a double kill onto that second player that tried to take back the diffuser, but I really like how it wasn't just Dunny sitting up top and holding that post-plant position on the second floor, but we actually saw Zonky as well rotating around to join him. As I'm pretty sure it was Zonky going around to join him. I didn't get to fully see, but this time in round 8, after FMG goes up 4-3, we're going to see second floor council office and meeting room get held, and a Legion's going to come out on Fox.
We see a bunch of different operators. In particular, we do see the Legion. We've seen a bunch of operators switch out, come in, is also being picked on both of these sides, and now we're seeing a new one, the Legion, coming through. Of course, I believe the Legion ended up getting nerfed recently, so you don't take the initial damage if you step on a mine, but you do take a little bit more damage over time.
That's in the
next patch?
The next patch coming up. We're gonna see that come out, so that's gonna be actually really good. I know a lot of people. We were at the 6th Invitational actually, and when they introduced that on the Legion, the whole crowd went nuts. So a lot of people excited for that change on the Legion.
Yeah.
I mean, you do step on it, and it does do a little bit, but the poison from the Legion shouldn't actually do initial damage in real life, and this is. It's a little bit realistic.
Well, if you step on attack, then you feel that initial like.
Yeah, but the poison from the Legion isn't gonna kick in right away.
Yeah.
I wouldn't think so, at least. Maybe other people would have different ideas, but yeah. I really like what they're doing to Legion. Now the attacking phase for FMG is gonna be underway. No changes to the operators. We're gonna see them take that admin office control on the forefront of Dunny, as they just like you said, they're just gonna Kobe their
chucking their drones in.
Chucking their drones in, and IQ gonna be played by Mr. C. I haven't seen IQ played a whole lot lately. It's kind of be I wouldn't say out of meta, but I guess people don't really want to play her too much.
It's usually picked versus Valkyries if they know that an enemy team has a Valkyrie, but it's gonna be banned out, of course. So I don't know. Maybe you just pick it for the Commando assault rifle. I know it's very, very highly, or it's a really good gun at that. as now they want to try and take over the first floor here. We see the rest of FMG going to be going down here. They do have a couple of members down here on that first floor. They do also see the Mozzie down here as the IQ now maybe wanting to go on to that second floor. A bunch of members all the way up there.
He's going to ping off the Mozzie, and right away Mr. C is going to take some shots at him. Kanto, the Mozzie, going to go down from above. That's Fire, finding another kill to his leaderboard score. And now it's going to be advantage to FMG as Fire, you know, he did slow down a little bit, but you see his name once again on the kill feed. Mr. C finding the second kill for FMG onto Drix's as Untitled is now down 3 players to 5. And FMG is looking for this flawless round. We're going to hop on board with Zonky on the Zofia as he's going to be using all of his lifeline. He does get picked off while using his abilities. Graves going to find that kill, so no flawless round for FMG. And as a respective angle, Fox is going to be picked up by that stim pistol, and Mr. C on the staircase is going to be down but not out, so a respective 3v3 for both teams until Mr. C is going to picked up. But now we see Fox sitting in meeting room as the Legion. And there are some players roaming around him. Mr. C is picked up on the staircase, so 4v3, but not too much health left on Mr. C to do a whole lot. But I've seen people do weirder things.
Yeah. This dog player is playing such a nice game. Grave ends up picking up his Legion, which is definitely really good, as a headshot is going to be coming, not headshot, but a double kill is going to be coming through for Grave. Really, really nice on tracking your opponents, but Legion is now finally going to be going down as Graves ends up knowing where these last 2 members are. One in the main hallway as well as one on staircase. He's going to be getting flashed out as we see nothing but white right now as the diffuser is going to be going down to see a dead body, and I also thought that that was an opponent as he ends up getting headshotted through the door. And that's going to be the round. FMG, just take it just like that.
He was stunned so bad that when he came back, he thought a dead body was a person, so he shot out the first thing he saw. So now we see FMG going up even more in their lead on this map. 5-3. Untitled needs to find a way to bring it back, but if we look at the leaderboards, Dunny sure is showing up right now. 11-4.
He's popping off, and he's been just taking not crazy rounds, but he's been getting just a couple of kills around. Just maybe 2, maybe 1. Some rounds it's 3. And then, yeah, just a little here, little there, and all of a sudden now he's got 11 kills.
And even Fire and Drazzy, you know, they slowed down a little bit, but each one 8 kills to each other, 16 kills between the 2 of them. And their other supportive players, they're not even lacking too much. I think it was 4 kills on one, 5 kills on the other. And looking at the leaderboards of Untitled, they sure did slow down. After there was kind of a back and forth game, we see 7 kills on Grave and but maybe Drix is at 6, but Fox not having the best of games.
Yeah, as we see the rest of now FMG going to be staying on this second floor bomb site. Or no, my bad. Untitled going to be staying on the second floor bomb site. They're on defense. As they didn't really do the absolute best last round, but this is maybe just the bomb site that they're most comfortable on. They weren't really too comfortable on basement. They weren't comfortable on the first floor just because your opponents ended up taking top floor as well as bottom floor control on you, and you have no idea what to do at that point. But FMG, they're so comfy. They're so incredibly comfortable as well. We were talking about the IQ. I don't know. We didn't know if it was going to be too useful as there just wasn't really too many things to spot out. There was the Legion Mines, but still Legion Mines were stepped on in the process. But IQ ended up grabbing a kill for herself. So now we have to watch out for this player, Mr. C, if he's going to be keeping up the consistency.
And one thing to look out for in round 9 is the yokai drone of The Echo comes into the second floor cold this time. But Mr. C on the IQ has the gadgets to find out where that yokai is. If they can get rid of that yokai, it would be a very big advantage for FMG pushing this. Now we see the respective angles of these attackers going to be sitting on the windowsills looking for some information. Not finding anything just yet, but a lot of shots from Untitled from inside out. Coming out kind of a little bit of a scare tactic to keep them, to slow them down a little bit. But Fire already inside of yellow staircase as a player right to above him finds a kill. That's 9 kills to him now. Grave gonna go down. That's the dock out of play, so no second lives for anybody if you go down, unless you're picked up by your teammate, of course. But stim pistol not gonna be able to get used just yet. There are 2 players of Untitled on the second or on the first floor. Sorry, looking to kind of bring it back, flank a little bit, get some roam presence and slow down the push, but it can't slow down too much if fire's already on the bomb site. B site has been taken. It looks like there is a player in the main hallway of the council room, finding just sitting there. But Drix is going to trade out with Zonky as well. Fox taking out Mr. C, so IQ out of play. Fire looking to duel this player sitting in the main lobby or the main hallway. But he does end up going down to that player. Going to take out Fire. Echo doing a lot to hold this down. 2v3, FMG at the disadvantage, but they do have the B bomb control. They could get this diffuser down. It is on Drazzy, so he just has to take control of this, kind of set up his Nomad air jabs to the point where he feels like he can. Gunny on the buck, going to be fragging out towards the meeting office. There's a player behind him sitting in piano room. Drazzy going to find a kill onto Fox as Elysian out of play. Diffuser getting dropped finally, but I think the player down low heard that.
Yep.
And that's going to be the Mozzie. I think the Mozzie still has a C4 as well, so he could do a lot with that. No, he used his Nitro Cell, so no C4, but he could listen to this. And the fact that is still up there with his Yokai drone can disrupt the defuse a lot, but Drazzy going to take him out, so the Yokai drone can't do too much. Drazzy with control of the A-bomb site this time. The Mozzie has to rotate. He's in yellow staircase. He has a player, that's Dunny, sitting on that barricade. He's just going to hold that angle. Kanto finds him, puts some shots into him, but Dunny leading himself up a little bit more kills in this round, finding round 9 for FMG, and that is map match point for this team.
And once again, Dunny just coming through here in this round, not doing anything too spontaneous, just surviving until the last couple of seconds. Even though it was a 3v2, it did not matter, as we ended up seeing Dunny and Drazzy, the two players with the most kills on their squad, being alive last. So you knew that Untitled was in an uphill battle. They had to try and survive in their scenario, but definitely a really nice attacking phase coming through from FMG. Massive consistency going to be going on here on Consulate as they try and take this last bomb site. It's going to be on Cafeteria and Garage.
Yeah, and you know, I don't even think Untitled's doing too much to kind of put them at a disadvantage. I think it just comes down to the gunfights. I think FMG is just shooting straighter.
Looking really nice here as we start the potential match point, or not potential match point, this is match point, but the potential game taking, whatever you want to call that.
Game taking.
Yeah, over here in Garage, as now we just see Kanto just trying to put up all of the barricades. Of course, Cade has to come through to just Cade charge this whole entire garage door, as just to try and take out the potential of the enemy team. FMG initially were on the defense here in round number 1, and they took it very just super quick. I never knew that you could actually jump on top of this vending machine. You can.
I've never seen that before. That's new to me. But you know, gonna teach us a little bit.
Thanks,
Yeah. So now we see the final hold, or well, potentially the final hold for Untitled, unless they start their comeback just now. And correct me if I'm wrong, but this is their first time defending the cafeteria and garage bomb site. So hopefully they don't feel too uncomfortable on this, and they're going to just try something wild. But you know, maybe wild is what you need when you're down 6-3.
Oh yeah.
So Untitled pulling a little bit of scraping the bottom of their strat board, and just trying to figure out what they can do. There are two players on the second floor roaming. That is going to be probably the Mozzie and the Jaeger. If I had to pick any two, that would be there. But just going to see what goes on. And yeah, you're a little bit sad to see Mr. C throw his
He's got to go all the way down. Pick it up again. That's never fun to do. But I really love this strat coming through from FMG. Just top down. Just very basic. Don't go into the garage because there is the electrified garage doors. But just take it very basic. Top down. The only thing that we have to watch out for is Untitled. Their whole entire squad going to be sitting here, one inside of the bathroom here, as Zonky now wanting to go very aggressive. There is going to be one member coming through. Kanto just says sayonara, or Mr. C says sayonara, as the Mozzie had no time to react whatsoever. I feel like Kanto's been in that scenario so many times.
So many times indeed. FMG with upstairs control now, as we see a 4v5. And I think that other roamer did either kind of get out of there or rotate away from the positioning of FMG. We do see that Zonky on the Ash. Haven't seen Ash played yet.
No.
So Ash is going to be roaming around Spiral Staircase. Going to take it back to a 4v4. Graves really low. I didn't see him take any damage, but he's really low, as well as Zonky really low too. So now Drazzy Gonna move away from the windowsill, get back out and find a new position. But this player that is roaming inside Visa has moved away. Gonna find another kill onto Mr. C. Where is he finding these kills from? Indeed, Zonky gonna take him out though. 3v3. Zonky on exceptionally low health. Less than 25% and is gonna be blinking away. Graves also on a little bit low health. As this attack phase is gonna be pushing. 40 seconds left for FMG to get in there. They're taking their time.
Very, very slow, methodical play coming through from FMG as they don't want to rush anything too crazy. As now, Cade tried to get the shot, and he is going to do it. Very low HP now. 2 members are going to be on the garage door. 1 ends up going in as well, and 1 more ping going to be going out as now they look towards the garage door itself. The Diffuser is going to be going down, but ends up stopping it behind the white van. No shots are going to be going onto either of these members. We see Drazzy ends up going down here as now Fire is in a 1v3. Is he going to be able to grab? No, he is not. As Untitled is able to hold this garage push.
Fox with a double kill to bring him to a 6-4 scoreline now. Fire not able to clutch up again in the final round for FMG, but we're on round 11 and they're still on match point. So it still could come out on top for FMG. But if you're just an Untitled fan, sit in there. It's comeback time.
It
you know,
is.
You just gotta sit there and you see they brought it to 4. 2 more rounds.
Yeah.
2 more rounds and we had to. It goes to overtime too. So
it does.
If it does go to overtime 6-6, it's first to hit 8.
We saw Untitled do it versus. Was it Slaughter? It wasn't Slaughterhouse.
I think it was a Powerhouse.
Powerhouse. That's what their name was.
Powerhouse.
They were able to do it where they went into overtime and they didn't win it. However, they were 1 round away. Oh, Dokubi. But we're going to be watching these 2 squads come across. I saw how Grave was on the bottom floor on the Cade looking up, and he was saying, I was really hoping you didn't see me, but he did. But definitely really good stuff coming. What are you doing?
I was just mocking a little bit of a Pulp Fiction, if you know that.
Oh,
but
yeah.
And I don't know. We're gonna see the Dokubi come out indeed. And
You were saying it for the Dokubi pick?
yeah.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. I don't know why they picked the Dokubi. You know, FMG hasn't been doing too bad on the attack.
Yeah, well, Colin, you can shut up. So I like it.
But you know, it's up
I
to
agree
them.
with you.
It's
I
a
agree
target pick coming out.
Right.
Maybe they feel comfortable on the Dokubi. Maybe that could be the operator that solidifies this map win for FMG. You wanna run us through the abilities of the Dokubi?
Yeah, so Dokubi, she has the ability to call you just like how your mom usually does, but she has 2 charges of it, where she can. Why are you looking at me like that, huh?
I just am.
Yeah. Trying to make fun of my analyzation? Logic bomb. All right. So you can call people's phones, and they have to stop what they're doing and answer their phone. They got to stop the calling from coming through as well. If you end up killing a player, you can hack their phones, which hacks the cameras around the map.
Excellent, excellent. That's Dokubi. As we're going to be watching Fire just stun out that player on yellow staircase. I do not want to see their perspective, as it probably reflects the other round when that player is just constantly seeing white. But every single person just throwing a stun from FMG as they want to disrupt them as much as we can. Zonky going to be sitting in the window of bathroom, putting some shots down into I'm going to back up, but he has some help from his teammate. Graves going to get down, but not out. And I don't know if they're going to use it. They do use the Logic Bomb. So Logic Bomb underway. 1 concussion for Zonky is going to be used in the lifeline. And there we see Graves actually picked up, and he uses some of his stim pistols to heal him to a little bit health higher. Fire going to open up with Drix's down. And there is another player. That's Dunny. Going to be taken out by Grave. So Grave from nowhere, from downed, is going to get up, heal himself, take out the Dokubi out of play. So Dunny going to go down. Wow. There's a nice pick from Drazzy onto Graves. So that's going to be advantage to FMG now, as they're going to try to siege out this top floor. And Fox on the Legion just going to keep that player. That's going to be Zonky sitting on the bathroom window. Keep him away from that. Now we see that play from the Hibana. Fire just running up in personal on and going to take him out of play. This is potentially match point. Kanto and Fox have to clutch up if they want to keep this alive. But this is FMG's chance.
There's a lot of scenarios where I wonder how the enemy team knows how there's a player behind something or in a certain position, but that's going to be it as Goyo ends up going down. Fox, SG ends up being taken out. Dunny was the first one to fall there in the round, so it completely just says how useless Dokkaebi was there in that round, but still fine as FMG ends up taking this one 7-4.
That was an insane match, all the way from that double kill of fire from on the cafeteria hold, getting that nice flick, back to the 12-6 play of Dunny. You know, he did pick up the Dokkaebi, and he's not too useless, as we did see him call the phone while that player was down, so it kind of stalled them a little bit more some time. So, you know, Dokkaebi doing all she can to keep the players on Untitled a little bit slowed down in their defensive hold and keep them questioning on where FMG is going to come. But why don't you? How did you feel about that match?
FMG was playing such a nice game, and you saw it in round number 1 with their defensive hold. They did not break from the cheese pressure that Untitled had. Sometimes when you're getting rushed on a basement hold, you freak out a little bit. But no, that's not what Fire did whatsoever. He ended up grabbing a quad kill for himself, and that was a major player that we had to watch out for as the rounds went on, and he was definitely one to watch. As well, we saw Dunny absolutely pop off. There was one more player. I can't remember his name, but it's fine. But all of FMG, they look so solid.
That looked like an excellent game indeed. But over on Untitled, it wasn't just a resident sleeper match from Untitled.
Wasn't.
They got 4 rounds to them.
They got close.
And I know Fox had a little bit of a shaky start, a little bit of a slow go in the kind of attacking phase that they had. But on defense, he was doing good. He was holding his own on defense, playing that Legion. I know he had a double kill over in Cafeteria to send him to that next round, get him to four rounds in a row. So, you know, they started picking it up, but I think it all came down to a little bit of communication over on the side of Untitled. Looked a little bit weird on their strats sometimes, like they weren't synchronized as well as FMG was. But that being that, it was a nice 7-4 win for FMG in this first game. But when we come back, we have Slaughterhouse going up against Ancients Gaming in the match 2 over on the Rogue Conference. So stay tuned as we head to a little bit of break.
I'm totally not looking at notes right now. Slaughterhouse ended up winning versus Disrupt Gaming 7-3 as well. They won versus Team Supremacy 7-0. So they're coming into this one with massive egos.
Ooh, both teams having a 7-0 under their belts. Now, one thing that's going to be actually Slaughterhouse is a little bit higher on the leaderboards. They do have less rounds dropped than Ancients Gaming, but one round doesn't mean too much.
Right.
We did see like both teams last game have a little bit of a closer kind of leaderboard on the bottom of the standings. But we saw the one team kind of prove to themselves that they don't belong there. That was FMG, as they did take game 1 7-4 over on Consulate. So, but now we're into a whole different league. It's going to be the Rogue Conference again.
Other side.
Yeah, and we're going to be hopping onto Villa. That's going to be map
Let's look at the maps.
2.
Yeah. Sorry, I interrupted you.
No, it's going to be map 2. Why don't you got to run us through
Let's do it. Let's do it. Slaughterhouse has banned out Clubhouse, Border, and Cafe, so a little bit more different of a map ban over on this side. For the I was going to say players. For the viewers that weren't here in Game 1, run us through these bans and what they mean.
Well, Clubhouse and Border.
Yeah.
They're kind of two like older maps that people have started to know. Even Cafe. Cafe is a bigger map that has a lot of roam presence onto it, so you do have the three floors. And the third floor and the first floor are the most held, but even the second floor you see it come up here and there. So that map specifically, just like Bank on the other side, they're really big, lot to cover, a lot of space to hold. So it's really defender heavy. Border, Clubhouse, Coastline, those are kind of Slayer heavy maps. They're less. They're less kind of push in and more you got to drone out each player, get the kills, take the round. There's not so much hard breach going on. Maybe Border a little bit, Clubhouse even a little bit on the balconies, and then we just saw actually over on the bottom side, we saw Consulate last game. Consulate, I thought to be a defender heavy map, but it was a more attacker heavy in that one. You do have the garage. It's a really popular place to hold as well as the offices upstairs are really popular bomb sites to hold. Villa? It's the map we're going to be playing today. Right now in this round. It's a little bit different. I know you and I, we haven't casted Villa too much.
It's always banned.
We did, it's always banned, but we did cast it last week. And it was a little bit of a one-sided match, indeed. Yeah,
so we get to see a lot of different variations. I know that usually we see a lot of Clubhouse, we see a lot of Consulate, Coastline. Those are kind of like the 3 solidified maps. But Villa is kind of like that odd child out. Where, it's definitely, I don't want to say that it's heavily defender-sided, but I know that a lot of maps are usually defender-heavy. I've been talking to a lot of the collegiate players, and they say, most maps, when it starts off, is attacker-heavy, but now, and then it slowly goes into a defending-sided map.
So I know we saw some different kind of strats coming out for those two teams, I think FMG and Untitled, in Game 1 over on the Ravens conference, but give me some rundown of what you want to see happen. Maybe some operators you want to see banned in Villa. Maybe some different things that didn't happen in Game 1 you want to see in Game 2.
We were seeing a lot of Thatcher on a lot of other maps. I don't know if we're going to see one here because there's no solidified hard breach areas on the map. At least from what I remember, there's a lot of soft breach. Yeah. But there's no areas of the map that you're like, we need to get through this wall. Unless I'm just dumb. But
get through that wall. No, I agree with that.
Yeah. So definitely on the outside of the building, there's really no hard breach areas. So there's gonna be a whole lot of window. I like to call it window crawling, where you just kind of just crawl up the wall and then you hang upside down and all of those fun things. But other than that, I don't think it's gonna be the Thatcher. Yeah. I have Thermite in my head. I don't know why, but
Thermite
Thatcher is kind of the same.
Potato.
Exactly.
It's really back and forth when you think of those names. They're really, really similar indeed.
Yeah.
I can see where you get it.
So that is not going to be taken off the table. So does that mean that then no hard breachers get taken off the table? I don't know.
That's a little bit questionable. We could see a Maverick get banned.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind seeing a Maverick getting banned in
maybe
this.
Blackbeard?
Blackbeard a little bit, but I don't usually see too many people on Villa rappelling on the windows. I more likely want to see possibly a Capital. That would be a weird player to get banned out. Maybe something frag heavy like a Twitch, something soft breach too.
Yeah,
getting rid of some soft breach would be pretty good on this. But now we hop into the ban phase. So let's see what these guys want to take out of the board.
Yeah.
As we start with, I think Ancients gets first ban. They're going to take out the Thatcher, so right out of the board. They don't care what we said.
Even the producers were like, what? But, hey, sometimes you are very used to banning a certain style of operators, and Thatcher is definitely one of those that's been highly, highly banned out first. So that's what Asians are going to take out initially. However, we do see Slaughterhouse now with 2 bans of their own. Going to be taking out the Jackal. That was also a major one.
Forgot about the Jackal.
Me too. You always forget about the operators that are just like,
sneak in.
Yeah, exactly.
Sometimes they sneak. I know Jackal was banned out a lot last season. I haven't seen him banned out too much this season. I haven't seen him played too much. But I do understand Villa. There's a lot of roam going on that you can catch the scanning on the feet of some players. But Thatcher coming out, actually, I was just kind of thinking in my head that he does a lot more than just provide hard breach. He does get rid of a lot of gadgets, so kind of tricked us on that one. We do see the Echo and Mira coming out on defense. The typical, especially on a map like Villa, there's a lot of places you could set up Mira windows. You don't want to have to peek into an area that's covered with a reflectable, like you can't see through a window, but someone can see you.
Yeah, usually Mira is banned out, but usually when Mira is unbanned, we don't usually see her. So I don't really know what that operator is currently doing here in the meta. However, we do have these 2 teams, and we got to introduce them. As over on the blue side, we got Slaughterhouse, we have JC, we have Opticy, we also have Wolfie, Nova, and Boop.
Yeah, and over on the Ancients Gaming side, we have Fate, Sergeant Taylor, Keen Minds, Kane, and Ham. And we're going to start off with Ancients Gaming on defense. 6-picking from the Jaeger to the Dock. They're going to run a Pulse, a Cade, a Maestro, and a Smoke over in the 2nd floor Aviator room and 2nd floor Games room.
We saw a comp like this in the last match come through for, I believe it was Untitled. But it was just very defensive, very, very defensive, where Doc just holds an angle that is out of sight. However, it's an angle that a player could potentially run across as well. We do have the Pulse. You were pointing that one out. Pulse is going to be playing from that bottom floor up. Going to be looking up, and I know that I've been playing the Pulse just because of that reason. It's just so much fun to play. But we could potentially see that where he initially starts on the top floor just to provide that extra defense, and then ends up going down onto the bottom floor, so that none of the floor 1 roaming members catch him off early on.
Yeah, and now we're gonna see the Maestro. Actually, it didn't have too big of an effect on game 1 over on Consulate. But in game 2 on Villa, I'm curious to see if Sergeant Taylor can put those Evil Eyes to use this time. Maybe put that LMG to use as well and pick up a couple of frags. But Slaughterhouse on the attack for round 1. We do have an Ashen IQ, a Hibana Nomad, and a Zofia.
Yeah.
A lot of soft breach, and then the Hibana to do some hard breaching, as well as the Nomad to catch up, to catch a little bit of flanking presence. That could be on Ancients Gaming through the roamers, as well as IQ to catch some gadgets and get rid of them, as we did see a few seconds ago. She was looking for a gadget through the floor.
Definitely a bunch of aggressiveness coming through from Slaughterhouse, not really having to go with the team either. That's why they kind of pick these operators, is so that they don't really need one another in order to go certain places. Maybe the Hibana, but usually Hibana has 1 or 2 members near her anyways. Going by red stairs, though, a bunch of drones going to be going out, as the rest of Slaughterhouse doesn't really see anyone right now, but they're all starting to set up for their strat. They're already in the building itself. We don't see any picks going off back and forth.
No, but JC has a player right around the corner to him, as well as Kane. On the pulse, getting a couple heartbeats through the wall detected. On his cardiac sensor, he does see 2 down to the east side of the building. They're just going to be playing a little bit passive over on Slaughterhouse. We do see them taking their time and droning out, which I do like to see. There isn't a mute to stop them from doing so. Only the guns of the players to destroy them. Now Sergeant on the Evil Eye is going to get a couple shots, but the Evil Eye getting destroyed. So that's 1 out of play, but Kane with the C4, with his UMP, he's going to do a little bit of pushing. Nova opening up this round with the first kill. First Slaughterhouse opening up onto Keen Minds. He's the Doc. He's going to be out of play. See you next round. Now Nova looking for another pick through the A bomb site, but all of Slaughterhouse slowing down after that first pick. We do see a gas canister get used. Actually, Nova going to get a second kill. Double kill to his name. And now he's going to be on the aggressive. Wolfie going to find a pick onto Kane. Refrayed. Nova going down to Fate. Fate on the smoke, finding a kill. Sergeant using his LMG to favor. Fate using another gas canister as Wolfie goes down to Sergeant. But Sergeant trying to find another one. He is caught in the smoke. That's Optasy going down 2v2. Fate runs into an air jab. Diffuser did get planted by Slaughterhouse. They both find their post-plant positions. Sergeant going down to something. He just went down to an explosion. I didn't see what caught him, but he's down but not out. Face the last person standing, hit by another air jab, not having a good time, but I don't think that player saw him. Over on the stairs, Slaughterhouse opening up with a kill. That's JC finding Fate.
He ended up turning around, and it was just a little bit weird as the smoke did not end up seeing the player on red stairs. So definitely a really good securing of the round coming through from Slaughterhouse. The whole entire round just seemed very clean from them. Just get onto the bomb site. You know, they lost a couple of members in the process, but it didn't really matter as they ended up going for that post-plant position very defensively, and it was just so incredibly nice.
Ooh, you see Kane picking up the Valkyrie. I do like to see that. Valkyrie was out on Consulate, but on Villa, you know, I've seen so many times where a Valkyrie's throwing a camera outside and getting a run-out kill. Countless of times, it's gotten so much information and has proved so useful onto the defensive team. So I do want to see Kane put the cameras to good use on the outside areas of the map. But as well as the rest of the players on his team, they're kind of sticking around to the same composition. I didn't see if they kept the Doc, though. They don't have the Doc. But other than the Doc in the Pulse, it's going to be Jaeger. Just the same all the way. Yeah, you said Jaeger is going to be in here by Keen Minds. Over on Slaughterhouse, same comp.
Same thing.
Worked the first time, could possibly work the second time.
Yeah, and they're also going to be taking the same bomb hold, too, where they're just staying on that second floor. And this is proved very useful in a lot of cases. In others, it hasn't been. Sometimes teams will just have an off round, even if a certain bomb site is their tried and true, and I guess this is theirs for Ancient Gaming, where they just want to hold it. And maybe they have a new strat, maybe they have, well, they do obviously have some new operator picks, but the one thing I'm excited to see is the Valkyrie, like you said, how it's going to be very, very useful here in this match. However, I was going to say that she hasn't done anything too crazy in terms of the outside of the map, but she just shot through a barricade, and I got kind of excited for a second.
That barricade was on the second floor, luckily for Slaughterhouse. Not going to find any damage onto them. Now we see Nova on the IQ, being very, very fast to get into this. Doesn't spot anything on his gadgets just yet. IQ. We slowly picking this up, and I do expect more of an offensive player, maybe the Hibana or the Ashe, to push in before the IQ, but you know, I've seen weirder things. Ashe gonna be on the site in the master bedroom, as Slaughterhouse already on the second floor. Optasy with the diffuser is gonna be opposite to them, but now we do see Boop pushing over to help out his fellow player.
Yeah, we see a whole entire second floor take coming through from Slaughterhouse, and this is the exact same angle that they took in round number 1. The only problem is that we have no idea. We obviously don't know that they haven't gotten any picks just yet, but we don't know if they have any information of the actual bomb sites themselves. So they have been droning out for the time being, and there is no mute to stop them. So we're guessing that they know exactly where some of these members are, as we see a couple of drones inside of the building itself. They're also waiting for all of the Jaeger ADSs to get exploded, as none of them are really planted here in study or the room right in front of it, as Valkyrie is going to be going out to her camps. Hasn't found anything for the time being, though, as this is a very, very slow round, as now 120 has hit the clock.
Yeah, now we see JC using some of the lifeline. I think that was a concussion that he used right away to just kind of scare maybe some players of Ancients Gaming over on the side. But Nova, a really aggressive angle, looking over towards the stairs. Across from him, Optasy using one of his breaching charges to get over to his teammates, opening up the wall. And JC is holding that passive angle. Does have a player really close, but I think he's in a separate room, not directly connected to him. Kane is going to be taking a little bit of damage from that player. I think that was the IQ Nova putting some damage down onto him. Optasy is actually down but not out. Kane finding a kill onto Nova, getting refried by Wolfie. So 1 for 1, but Optasy getting picked up for Slaughterhouse and brought back into this game.
Ooh, a really nice pick going through the back. Wolfie now with a double kill as 30 seconds hits the clock. They want to try and get into this room. Wolfie grabs a triple kill for himself, as now Optisy says, no, you're not allowed your quad kill just yet. Wolfie now looking inside of Jewelry, as we see Ham end up use a Nitro Cell, looking inside of this room. The diffuser is going to be down as well, as now it's a 1v3 scenario for himself. Just looking inside of this room, looking at all of the angles. Not able to find anything, though, as Slaughterhouse takes it very, very easily.
They had one player looking at every angle that, that the Cade could push into. Now we see JC with that finishing kill cam on the Zofia, as round 3 is going to be coming into play. Slaughterhouse up 2-0, and Wolfie at a 4-1 stance on the leaderboard. Fate, on the other hand, over on Ancients, leading his team 3-2. Two players, that's Ham and Keen Minds, kind of starting off slow, 0 kills for each, sitting on some donuts, but they got a lot of time to bring it back.
Oh, yeah. Wolfie, most of his kills ended up coming there from that round.
Yeah.
He grabbed 1 kill in round number 1, which is really good to kind of spread the carry potential throughout most of your players. As well, we see just one new operator pick come out. It's just going to be the castle, as the rest of the ops just get locked in here. I don't think we've seen Sergeant Taylor himself on the Pulse, but we've seen Pulse played here on defense. But a bunch of different swaps and operator picks. They're just trying to find their footing. Agents Gaming, that is. As Slaughterhouse is still keeping it tried and true. Going to play the exact same comp we saw in rounds 1 and 2.
You know what I like to see from Sergeant? I like to see him right off the bat jump over the banister and get onto that first floor. Because that's where I like to see pulses sitting on the first floor. It's,
I think we both like to see pulses.
It's where they, I don't want to say it's where they belong, but Sergeant Taylor actually...
In the kitchen?
No, in the first floor.
Okay.
That's where Pulse belongs.
Sorry, he was in the kitchen.
Okay. But over on the attacking side of Slaughterhouse, it is the same composition as they've always had. 2 rounds in a row, which works. Possibly 2 more to their name, but they've been looking really good on the executions for taking the bomb sites. As they do get the diffuser down with even 2 players of Ancients Gaming, maybe even 3 up. I think they had 3 in the first round when they dropped the diffuser, but I expect them to take that site excellently. Did they return back to the second floor again?
Is this the second floor?
I think they did return back to the second floor.
They're going 3 rounds in a row. Definition of insanity, ladies and gentlemen.
3rd time is the charm.
Or you could say that.
That's what it is.
You can use both sayings for that. But over here on Red Stairs, just going to get droned out by the Habana. Also just going to be, having a little bit of fun. That's how I usually like to drone. I just go up and down some stairs and just daydream. That's what I usually do. But Boop is going to grab a really nice kill for himself. It's just going to be the Ash. This is usually what Ash loves to do, is just run places and grab kills. As now we see the rest of this squad, instead of a soft breach barricade, it's now going to be a hard breach. Or not a hard breach, but it's still another soft breach come through from Castle, the Castle walls coming through here on these 2.
A little bit harder than soft breach.
It's a hard soft breach.
That's what the Castle is.
Exactly. Something in the middle, as now Smoke going to just sit on the outside here. Sanctuary is where... Not the first bomb site, or it is where the first bomb site is. Just going to be holding that passive angle here right behind the statue. He's going to be waiting for any of these members to even walk through, as now IQ is also going to be looking for all of the different little gadgets on the outside as well. We see Zofia getting stunned up for the time being, looking behind the statue, going to actually rush this player, and is going to get double killed. Ham ends up grabbing a double kill for himself. Nova and JC end up grabbing 2 more for their squad, as now it is a 3v2 at the end of that little skirmish. We see the Maestro as well as 1 more player. It's going to be Ham. On the outside here is also we're going to be seeing Boop actually plant down here, as the Maestro is going to be going off onto one of these players, as we also see Ham being taken out by Wolfie, and now we also see another down. Going to be coming through. Kane now in a 1v2 scenario, going to be shooting towards some of these walls. It is a hard breach, so he's not going to be able to get this one, as Slaughterhouse takes the 3rd round in a row over here on the 2nd floor.
You know what? I forgot to touch on a little bit.
What's that?
It's not the first time we've seen Slaughterhouse. I remember we casted them last season. I was just remembering this. We casted them last season, and they did have a really good job. Actually, I think it was Slaughterhouse against 8K, and it went the distance as far as it could have gone. I think it's the longest rainbow cast I ever did. So it's nice to see Slaughterhouse back again. and prevailing once again in this conference. But touching on that round, again, the Maestro Kane. For the first time he pulled out his Evil Eye, I saw him with a little bit of sightlines onto that player with the diffuser. I'm not too sure if he was able to connect. I mean, the whole head was sticking out, so I'm kind of curious as to how the diffuser wasn't disrupted by the Evil Eye, but it's the first time I really saw a chance for the Evil Eye to be used in these past 2 games.
Yeah. It was in a very weird angle from what I saw. It did see a little bit of the outline of the enemy player, but maybe someone ended up shooting it, one of the teammates or something, but we'll see it next time, as still, the Maestro is going to be coming out. We're still on the 2nd floor. Again.
Yo. Home feels like home.
Yeah.
2nd floor is the home.
Is that the saying that we're...
I know, that's what I'm going for right now. That's what I'm setting up for. Agents Gaming feel like this is where they need to win if they're going to take their first round. So we're going to stick with 2nd floor, Aviation Room, and we're going to keep going there until we take the round.
I want to see it for all 7 rounds, honestly.
You know, Slaughterhouse, I'm sure they're not complaining, as they're up 3-0 in this game, combined with a very good showing from Wolfie and Nova.
I know that we've been... oh, it's another site on the 2nd floor. It's not the same bomb site on the 2nd floor.
You know,
it's still the 2nd floor, though.
Pay attention to that.
Yeah? That's why we have behind-the-scenes people. So they can whisper in our ear, hey, you guys are idiots. Okay. We're going to be jumping into round number 4 here, as we see the exact same team comp come out for Slaughterhouse, as Ancients has not fixed anything up.
But now, it's Boop on the Ash. We were talking about Ash last round is one of those running gun. You kind of get in there, get the job done, do it as fast as you possibly can. So Ash going to be doing what she does best. And I know there's a lot of soft breach on the side of Slaughterhouse, so those castle barricades are not going to slow him down too much, as Zofia has the impact grenades on her lifeline, and Ash has the breaching rounds as her gadget. So a lot of soft breach, and I think Nomad even has some breaching charges to herself as well as Optasy somehow. Very, very low on health out of nowhere. I didn't see her take any damage on the Nomad, but, you know, low on health. Maybe Ancients Gaming could capitalize on that.
It's definitely a huge point of capitalization, definitely, as the breaching charge is going to be going out here on the lifeline. We're going to be looking towards both of these bomb sites, as now Nova as well finds it and also finds the headshot. He did not intend for that to happen, but it definitely did, as now JC going to grab one. We see Wolfie ends up going down here from Ham. But Ham is behind the statue once again here. We have to watch out to see if that player is going to move. Or no, it's Fate. Fate's going to be behind the statue here. It does have a couple of charges here, but is going to be going down as he tries to go very aggressive, as now Valkyrie is going to get the really nice shot. Sergeant Taylor grabs such a nice explosion.
Valkyrie pulling out the C4, getting that kill. 3v2 in favor of Slaughterhouse. But Optasy really low on health right now. Looking to bring it back is Ham and Sergeant Taylor over on the side of Ancients Gaming. So they did have Sergeant pick up a kill over onto that player. I think that was Wolfie going down to the C4 a couple seconds ago. Now we see Diffuser getting planted by JC. Nothing to disrupt it from Ancients Gaming except Sergeant Taylor and that shot on Optasy, bringing it back to a 2v2. One air jab used. Shots down onto JC. JC going down to Ham. So 1v2. Ancients Gaming looking very strong to take this. And it's Boop on the Ash. Just around the corner. Finds the first pick onto Ham. He actually did get around the corner without Sergeant Taylor seeing this. He's going to peek the wrong side, and that's going to be a clutch from Boop in round 4, keeping Slaughterhouse in it for the flawless 4-0. And that looked like it was all Ancients.
Yep.
But out of nowhere, just a little boop.
Just a boop. That's all it is, as he's now starting to show up there in that round, and he grabbed a really nice double kill at the end of the round itself. Ash, the 3-speed operator, you got to watch out for all of her little cheekiness, as one time she could be on your left, next second she's on your right, and we saw that right there at the end of the round.
I actually, that's insane that Sergeant didn't see the Ash cross in time. That's perfect timing for Boop to come out on top in that. So we see a couple different operators for these players. Kane gonna return possibly back to the Pulse or the Valkyrie, one of the two. It's gonna be the Pulse, and Sergeant gonna go back to the Maestro.
Yeah.
On the side of Slaughterhouse, they got 4 in a row. They're gonna go for it again as we're still on the second floor.
Yeah.
I think they did actually go back to the aviation room.
Yep. Gonna be games aviator. Thank you, Eddie. I saw it.
I know. I'm just clapping to Yeti because he gave me a thumbs up.
Okay. Sorry.
I like thumbs up.
I acted like a. It's gonna be 4-0, as we're almost in a scenario where agents are tilted. Almost.
I wouldn't say just yet, but like if I was clutched up from a 2v1, I would be. But you know, both these teams are very high on the leaderboards and the standings for the UPL. So I personally, from me, I hope Ancients isn't tilted because there's a lot of time to pull it back.
Oh yeah, we've seen it multiple times over and over again where a team could be down by 5 and the enemy ends up bringing it back. I think that we've been predicting a lot when we used to cast Rainbow Six, where it's like, I want to see 8-7 in game 3, and then we would actually get it.
And then we'd be like, why did we say that?
Why did we want to cast for 4 hours straight? But it was just so much fun. In this match, it could very easily go overtime, or it could be a slaughterhouse, as now we're seeing just so much domination come out from this team. Yeah, he likes my puns.
It could possibly even be a 4-2. You know, 4-2 is a comfortable scoreline. It's definitely not an even 3-3.
Yeah.
But 4-2 is still something to work for if you're Ancients Gaming. So if I was them, I would go for that. And if you get that, I'd feel still comfortable going onto the attacking side, because if Slaughterhouse kind of slaughter you on this attacking phase, sure, Ancients can do the same thing.
Yeah. We've got all of these different angles from a lot of these different players, and we need to find new angles in order to get some picks. And this is exactly what the IQ is doing, just checking on the outside just for any sort of cameras, any sort of shenanigans coming through. Of course, we do not have the Valkyrie here in this round. However, the Ashe is going to be getting stunned up right now. But it's kind of weird because the Sophia is more towards that left-hand side, not going to be holding the angle here in Classical Hall, but does hold a very weird one as Boob ends up grabbing a really nice headshot. Just takes the chance and fires to the left side of not the Goyo shield, but just a normal shield in general. But Boob just trying to come down from the high that he ended up producing there, as now he just wants to wait for the rest of his team.
Going to be Kane sitting inside of the vault of aviation room, finds a person but not getting too much damage. I don't even think actually that's Boop gonna return with a teammate and pull out with JC on that kill with Kane. Boop very low on health, less than 25%. Now we see Nova on the IQ, gonna be right in the midst of everything. Ham gonna return some fire onto JC, but it's traded out by Optizy. 4v2 in favor of Slaughterhouse. They're looking for the 5th round in a row to keep it flawless. But Sergeant Taylor with Fate trying to work the other side.
What?
See, Claymore gonna get Fate. Sergeant Taylor finding a kill onto Boop. As the Ashe down, Diffuser down, he finds another player. That's Optizy, returns onto the Hibana, but the Hibana not gonna go down. Sergeant Taylor in a 1v1. He's looking for the clutch. Is he gonna get it? No! Slaughterhouse taking game 5 with another clutch. And that is going to be still the flawless run able to go in favor of Slaughterhouse, but that was as close as you've gotten if you were Ancients Gaming. And that would have been quite the showing for Sergeant Taylor if he got that.
Dude, I wanted to hear what comms were like. I wanted to hear what comms were like over on their side, because our face reactions were just, we went insane at the end of that one, as Nova was able to pull it out. It doesn't matter how many members fall. All that matters is the number at the top of your screen. It's going to be 5-0 at the end of round number 5. Ancients hasn't taken anything. You're hot. That sounds weird if you're just listening to that, but you were fanning yourself off.
Welcome back, everybody. It's compliment season. Thanks, Daniel.
You're welcome.
You know what?
You gotta hype up your co-caster sometimes, man.
You know what, though? You know who's hot? Slaughterhouse is hot right now. 5-0. You know, you don't need me to tell you that. You know you are. But we're gonna see Slaughterhouse on a hot streak right now. 5-0 against Ancients Gaming.
Yeah.
And they actually are bringing out the Goyo on Kane this time. and the mute on Fate. So Smoke not really working too much. I know there's a couple rounds where Fate died with all 3 gas canisters still in your kit. It's not something that's working out. So what you do, you got to change it. Deny some information, take out the mute. And I do like that switch up if you're Ancients.
Yeah, it's going to be Smoke coming through. Goyle going to be coming through as well. The Jaeger also coming through here in this round. Was not in the round beforehand. We're also going to be going, I believe, I don't want to say this just because it's been going on, but they're going back up to the second floor. Which one are they on? I'm not too sure. But still, it's going to be on that second floor. Hold.
Wait, no. They're on the first floor. They're not on the second floor anymore.
Daniel's blind.
But we're going to see finally a new bomb site, or a new floor at least, for Ancients to hold. Hopefully a new attitude to come out on top in this as well, as it's detrimental to not go 6-0 on a map like Villa, because it's going to be hard to come back if you're Ancients Gaming.
Very, very hard, as they have an uphill battle to climb. We've seen it before in the past in the collegiate scene. We might see it here where a team is up 5-0. We've seen it versus TSM, but now Boop gonna grab the initial kill. We saw TSM versus Space Station. That's why I remember that. But it could also happen here, maybe on the switch, maybe even in this round. But it's looking not too great for Ancients as they end up losing a member early on. We're also going to be seeing that top-down view. JC looking down here onto one of the rotations from the bomb site. Does see the castle barricade right now, but doesn't see anybody else. The mute is going to be coming out. Oh, it's not a smoke. It's a mute. My bad. But we see the mute drone, or the mute thingy going out, as Fate ends up grabbing a really nice shotgun kill onto Off to See, as Wolfie now going to be opening up this wall.
Yeah, Wolfie with nice sidelines. There's a player right to his left. 2 players right to his left. He does have it opened up a little bit. He kind of messed up his X-Gyros in it. Not going to have a rotation hole for him, but look at that angle for Ancients, and that's going to be Kane with the Cade. Going to be taking out Wolfie and returning it to a 3v4 in favor of Ancients Gaming. I didn't actually see Opti go down, actually. But the Nomad gonna be out of play. Boop, a little bit low on health. Gonna find a player through the floor. That's him. See you next time. Nova also chiming in for a double kill on Slaughterhouse and gonna take them to the advantage now. 3v2 flipped on ahead. It's gonna be Fate and Sergeant Taylor. We know Sergeant Taylor has clutch capabilities. But let's see if Fate can do a little bit more this time for him, as he didn't help out Sergeant Taylor enough last round. So let's see Fate chime in with a few of his own.
Gonna be looking inside of dining room, into laundry. Now we see the outside of the building itself, as there's no members of Slaughterhouse over here. But Maestro is very adamant on this one hold, as Fate is holding a bomb site. We see Maestro holding the other one, as now there's 13 seconds left here on the clock. We're going to be seeing a bunch of drones going to be coming out, as now the diffuser is going to be going down. Fate does not see it in the corner of the room.
Wait, no.
No, sorry. It's in the other room. I thought he was literally right in front of him. Me and you both thought that, as Boop was going to grab himself a triple kill here. Diffuser is going to be going down just to stall out the round just a little bit more. Maestro is going to be on the left-hand side, as Boop ends up going down. Maestro, now in a 2v1 scenario, gets shot through the wall, as Slaughterhouse takes round number 6.
6-0 when you're rotating sides. And I thought Sergeant Taylor and Fate would have had a little bit more. But it was all up to Fate to kind of help out Sergeant Taylor enough. But ultimately, Slaughterhouse had really good spread on the bomb site. And after they got the diffuser down, they were able to just hold those post-plant positions. But what I love about this leaderboard right now is that respectively, all 5 players on Slaughterhouse are pulling their own. There's not like one person that's shining. Opticy is sitting at 2, but Opticy's playing that kind of that Nomad to make sure that the flank hasn't come out too much. So I don't expect the Nomad on attack to do too much. Now we're on defense.
Yep.
And it's gonna be 6-0. They're gonna head to Aviator Room, Games Room, and I thought the Clash was gonna come out, but we see a Goyo getting 6-picked possibly.
So, definitely the 6-pick Goyle going to be coming out. The 6-pick IQ as well. You said Aviator Games Room, as it is on match point. So, this is it. Slaughterhouse could take the round right here and just go. Everyone goes home. Everyone goes to, I don't want to say to sleep because it's only 8 o'clock where we're at. But we all go home, we eat dinner, all of those fun things. We play some video games.
And
Agents Gaming wants to play a little bit.
And you know what? I was looking at the stats for game 1. Looked like it was going to be a really close game. Kind of one-sided in favor of FMG. Now we're in game 2. It looked as close as it could possibly be between these two teams. And Slaughterhouse just showing that they're the team to beat. They've 7-0'd a team supremacy. And now they're looking to 7-0 Agents Gaming. And if you're Slaughterhouse right now, you probably feel like you're on top of the world.
You got smiles on your faces, but the one problem that a lot of teams run into, and I have to say this as devil's advocate, is that usually when you switch sides, you might get the jitters. And now Kane going to headshot Nova with the spawn peak potentially coming out from them. But you were talking about Villa as being one of those maps where you love to spawn peek, and Mozzie is not the spawn peeker.
No.
But
you know what that is if you're Ancient Gaming?
What's
That's
that?
one less, well, actually the only C4 out of the round right now. Boop gonna find a kill back onto Kane. So that's a Buck and a Skeleton Key out of play. So Boop trying to bring him back for his teammate. 4v4 even on both sides. Keen Minds gonna be on the second floor going really fast into this as the Ash is doing her job, getting in fast, doing everything possible that she can do. IQ gonna be supporting her with her gadget, her IQ scanner, and now it's going to be 3 players of Ancients Gaming working together to clear out this site.
Trying to reset the mentals now. It's going to be Ancients Gaming. As Slaughterhouse, they know the stakes. They know they've been in this position before as well, where they're 6-0 up onto opponents, and they have to just close out one round. As now Keen is going to be looking at Pixels. Not going to find anyone for the time being, though, as a bunch of there is one ADS around this corner. They also find that there is the Jaeger behind the Goyo shield, but he's gonna just escape a scenario for the time being as he ends up grabbing a pick. He wanted to go aggressive as Boop.
Wow.
Grabs a really nice headshot on the Jaeger. Was playing the Ash before, so it kind of confused me for a second, but it's all good. Maestro, Wolfie, holding inside of Study as well, looking inside of the B-bomb site as he kind of hears a little bit of movement outside of this door and grabs one kill. There is one more member on that ledge. He just ran back inside the room. It's fine.
Doesn't want it. Boop gonna find a triple kill. 4v1. Sergeant Taylor, you've done it once. You could do it again. Make me have a heart attack right now. Make me eat my words. But it looks like Slaughterhouse is in very good positioning to take this as Wolfie running out. But there we go. 7-0. Flawless map for Slaughterhouse on Villa. You see GG's in chat. And that is a one-sided map that I did not expect to see.
I don't think either of us did. We were looking at the stats before the game. We saw that Ancients was on top with amazing KDAs, amazing scores across the board. Slaughterhouse the exact same thing, and we expected a very close match, but we did not get one, as all of Ancients have left. They are done. And the rest of Slaughterhouse just wanted to look at stats.
Look at that leaderboard at the end of there. Boop had 11 kills, the only player in the lobby with double digits, and he deserved it. He started off with the Ash on attack, and he just plowed right through Ancients Gaming on the attacking side, and even on the defensive side. I think he played the Jaeger, and he got a triple kill in the final round, really taking his team to that 7-0 victory. But there's also a player on Ancients that you can't sleep on, Sergeant Taylor, because he'll really make you feel like they can win a round that they shouldn't.
It was amazing games to watch. Both of the games, actually, were so much fun to watch, and I hope you guys at home enjoyed that just as much as we did casting it. So I think that's going to be it. Any closing thoughts?
You know what? It's just a reminder. It's been myself, Colin Seymour Moore, along with Daniel the Saved One Mena, and our broadcast team in the background. We had Prezi, Yeti, and Impulse, and it's been a pleasure casting these two games. You had FMG winning 7-4 on Consulate, and Slaughterhouse Gaming winning 7-0 over on Villa. And from us to you, thank you for coming out, and have a great night, everyone.